So what's going on, guys? It's Captain America. Hope you guys are well, and thank you for coming on the channel. So again, we're starting off with the stats, but more importantly, I'm going to show you why we lost the league in the most dumbest way. So I've got the little clip just down here playing. You'll see how stupid it was on how we lost the league. Like, we've got the AIs, of course, because we don't have a full team. So the AI does a massive blunder. I don't know why he kicked it. I don't know why he didn't head it. Like, he should have headed the ball or cleared it out. And then it rebounds off the opposition and it just goes in, and it was just so unfortunate because like they were one man down and we were dominating the entire game. Like we had 14 shots in total we had against them. You know, they only had 6. But the way that we were playing, we were passing a lot. You know, we did have quite good chances, but the goalkeeper was just insane for them. It was an AI goalkeeper, but you know, they were just fortunate as well just to score the first goal. And then the way that we rebounded was quick, you know, decisive as well. But we did miss a penalty at the end of the match, which is just so unfortunate. It was the last kick of the game, and our player hit the crossbar. So it was like this league win, this league trophy was not going to be the case. That match, I don't know why. Like, it was just so bad. Like, just everything about the game, it was just unfortunate. The goalkeeper, as mentioned, was just insane for them. I don't know if you have those where, you know, some games, like my personal goalkeeper, the AI will be awful, but the opposition one will be on another, like, level, man. Like, he's saving everything as if he's prime Casillas or something, man. But yeah, it wasn't meant to be, man. It wasn't meant to be. But look, we did lose the league trophy on this occasion, but we have won it many times. But yeah, we're going to just keep going, seeing what we could do, and yeah, progressing from there. So let's see. But yeah, enjoy the game. But again, what we're going to be talking about today is just going to be, again, around the fact that the Premier League is now over, as well as the other leagues across the countries. The Premier League, I've given my predictions in the previous videos. And I was watching the game when I uploaded that video that I predicted, and it was just absolutely insane. Like, I was going in as a neutral person because at the end of the day, as mentioned, you know, it was going to be Man City's to lose. Like, they were in front. They've always been in front. They haven't been back in a way. They were always, let's say, having a game in hand. So there was only one time where Liverpool actually overtook them, but again, a game at hand. So overall, you know, it was Man City's to lose, but Liverpool, they were playing some sloppy balls, man. Like, I was watching the game, but I was getting angry because they played a stronger lineup against, let's say, the previous team that we played, but it was the fact that we were just, I think, because we knew that we had to win. And it was one of those ones where the players were more cautious or conscious with what they were doing. But overall, you know, we were quite lucky just to win by 3-1. You know, the chances that we did have, plus they had many chances as well. We could have lost that match easily. Like, when they scored in the first 3 minutes or so, Neto, who's actually a phenomenal player, by the way. It's just unfortunately he gets injured all the time. On Football Manager, when I was managing Wolves for a bit, he was a wonder kid. And he still is, but it's just, I don't know, he's getting injured a bit too much. I think the training or the physiotherapy that he needs to have just needs to be much better. So it's just disappointing to see him out. You know, he did have quite a few chances within that time frame that he was playing, but I don't know, man. That was nerve-wracking the entire game. But then from the second half onwards, I was like, okay, let me just see, like, you know, using my mobile, what the Man City game is like. While I had the laptop showcasing the Liverpool one just on the big screen TV. And my lord, man, my anxiety levels were going up because I missed both of those Aston Villa goals. The first one was Matty Cash, and then it was Coutinho, the lad. He scored the second goal. But again, like, it was Man City's to lose. So for them to be losing at home 2-0 is disappointing, man. Being like a fan, seeing how they've been so strong at home and so dominant. So I was expecting them to at least score, but I didn't realise that they're going to be scoring such quick-fire goals, man. They had the momentum back, like, behind them. They could have easily, again, won by so much. But touche to Aston Villa, you know, they did work very well. I think next season's going to be really interesting for them. They've got a really decent team at the moment, and it just depends on who they're going to be buying. But I do feel that Stevie's going to be looking at, you know, the Europa position, even the conference, that they could fight for. But again, we've got such a a competitive league that is just always good to see. You know, West Ham as well having a fantastic season, them ending off at the Europa Conference League. But again, they've played more matches than they should have, or they have in the previous, let's say, leagues, because you know the amount of effort and how well they've done this season, it's been insane. You know, they did lose out to Frankfurt, which was quite disappointing, but again, they overachieved within their season. The team that underachieved, let's say, is United, but I'm glad that they're not doing well, as mentioned in my previous videos, because you know, they were always hyping when Liverpool were in the downfall that, you know, this is good, you know, like, glad that they've done this, and it's going to be another 60 years or something that we're going to win any sort of trophy or league. So with Liverpool and Klopp doing so well, and how he's rejuvenated the entire atmosphere in Liverpool and built such a good confidence from the fans as well as the players too, I think, as mentioned in my previous videos, you know, Ten Hag will have a massive job in his hand. You know, the players that he has, the dressing room, the morale in general is not high. He does need to make a massive shake-up within the team. I think they are overly paid. Some individuals are overly paid, but they're so useless to the team. One of them is Pogba, for example, who I know is heading off back to Juve. What a bum deal, isn't it? Like, literally, give him for free, pay ridiculous amount to have him back, and then give him back for free to Juve. That is wonderful transfer market strategy by United, and I love it. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. But no, I think it'll be interesting with United. I think the way that the manager was managing Ajax for a while was absolutely insane, and what they done over those years with him. And again, he was bringing quite a lot of youth from the youth system, so it'll be really interesting to see if he does adopt that within United, because they do have fantastic youth, and they've always had really good youth, but they've never always utilised them to the full capacity. Same with Chelsea, you know, loaning people off so much that, you know, it's just getting ridiculous, that they should look at their policies and ways to manage it better. But nah, let's see how it goes. But no, I think it'll be really interesting this season next year, with Man City now getting Haaland, as we know. Again, I think that's the only thing that these guys could fight for, man. Like, they can't go for the Champions League because they just capsized like the Titanic, let's say. It's just absolutely hilarious to watch, and I really do not want them to win the Champions League, nor do I want PSG to win it, because they're just oil money driven. Like, if they can't have it their way, like when Man City lost, they were like, oh, for sure, let's buy Haaland, and then they bought was it a bid for Haaland? Like, don't get me wrong, City have a really good way of playing and whatnot, but they've got superstar players, man. Like, they're at their prime when who is it, Pep buys them. Like, Diaz wasn't in his prime in Porto. He was good, don't get me wrong. He was a really good player. But again, the Portuguese league is a different standard and comparison to the Premier League. And what he's done since we've bought him has just been incredibly to watch as well. Like, it's just beautiful. His dribbling, it's just, you know, the way he plays. There's so much energy when he does run defensively as well. So, you know, let's see. I think it'll be really interesting overall with the Premier League next season. I do feel that Liverpool is going to be off short in getting that Premier League title again, unless they make any significant signing. I think, as mentioned, that they should strengthen their midfield. You know, Thiago seems to be getting injured quite frequently lately, man. It's disappointing to see him, because we got like the Real Madrid game very soon now, and he just got injured. And from what I was reading, is that he's unlikely to play in the Champions League final, and it's really sad for him as a player, because he's been missing such key final tournaments, and it's just due to injury. But what a fantastic player, man. Like, the assist that he done to Mane in the game was so good to see, you know, with a little backflip. But let's see, man. I do hope that we do strengthen the midfield with a youthful player. You know, Bellingham is an option, but again, that's going to be, I don't know if he's going to be playing regularly, especially at his age, in the Premier League. Maybe we loan him back off to Dortmund for another season. But we just, yeah. So let's see what happens with that. I know that we bought Carvalho as well from Fulham. I just saw the signing and the confirmation just now. I know that was agreed for a while, and we knew that was going to happen because we did miss him out in Jan. So overall, you know, very pleased with him. He's such a youthful player, but he's been fantastic for Fulham and their promotion to the league. He had many assists as goals as well. So great to see him, and it'll be really eventful to actually understand where he will play. If he's going to be playing in mid or even as a wing. So that'll be good to see. That'll be really good to see. But yeah, I think, you know, in the Premier League itself, we did see also Burnley get demoted back to the Championship, which is sad to see, especially with what Sean Dyche done with the club. But again, he was sacked, which was a very strange timing. I think they should have just waited till the end of the league. Maybe he could have, you know, helped them survive. But yeah, so I'm glad that they went down. But let's see what happens with them next season. Leeds, you know, same case with them. They did sack their manager early on, but they've done okay to sustain themselves in the league. It'll be interesting to see what they do and if they get to hold their key men. One of them being Rafinha on the wing. You know, he's been scouted and inquired by the likes of Barca, Madrid, as well as other clubs as well. I do see him, you know, being a type of player that can play for like Liverpool United as well. So it'll be really, really interesting to see if they could hold on to him for another season or so. And then I know Phillips, you know, the England national as well. I think he rejected United for City or something like that. I was reading. I was laughing my ass off, man. Like, United can't get anyone. Even Nunes, I saw that. Nunes just rejected your asses as well. Like, no one wants to come to your club because they see how people flop. You know, it's so sad to see the guy that went to Everton, man. Van de Beek. He was in prime, was it Iniesta mode with De Jong when it was Ajax, man. Like, you guys just don't know how to manage. You guys have such bad... I'm so happy, as I always say, that United is suffering. And long may it suffer. May it suffer for long, honestly. But no, let's see what happens with that. But yeah. But no, let's say I was also talking about in my previous video about the other leagues. And we got AC Milan that was fighting against Inter Milan. AC Milan were at the top of the table with like 2 points, so they had to win to secure the league. They did win. They did go on and win 3-0, which was I think it was really, really good to see, man, because the last time that they won the league was in the 2010-2011 season. And again, those years prior to that, they were just absolutely dominant. So it was really sad to see what happened with them. It was very similar to like Liverpool, but I think the longevity about that was just much more longer. They had just so much crap going on in the back. It wasn't great. But glad to see them win the league, and even like Inter Milan, good to see them, you know, fighting for the league and being second. You know, they've done a fantastic job, and I think the Italian league is now getting a bit more competitive instead of it being always Juve. Juve, you know, talking about them, they have fallen off. I thought the signing of Vlahovic, who's a wonder kid, by the way, on Football Manager as well as FIFA and plus Soccer Manager too. So I was surprised that he didn't score as many goals that he was with Fiorentina. But again, it's a whole different vibe, whole different chemistry. So maybe next season he will be much better and much more stronger, especially as he gets accustomed to like the way that the culture is within Juve. But again, they do have a very aged side, Juve does. It's been aged for a while, even when Ronaldo was there. So they do need to make some clever signings. So let's see what happens with Juve for next season. But you got Roma, which, you know, Jose Mourinho is in, and he's done a fantastic job with them. They got Abraham from Chelsea, again, lol. Chelsea is so crap with, like, their transfers, too. So, talking about transfers, they sold Tomori to AC Milan. And that was for around, like, 26 mil, okay? And this man just won the league with AC Milan, and that was, like, an insane feat, because AC Milan did lose the defensive captain. I don't know how to say his name, but Rom Galiu or something like that. So for him to step up and be, you know, strong in the defensive line and to win the league has just been phenomenal. And then again, talking about the other guy, Abraham, who's had a fantastic season. Again, from what I read, he's now the top scoring Englishman in Serie A, which is great to see. So no, well done to both. I think Chelsea would do a dual bid for them. I think it'll be 80 mil per person, because that's how dumb they are. Similar situation that they've done with Lukaku. So let's see what happens with both of them, if they're going to stick on or if they will move on, let's say, into the Premier League, maybe into different clubs. Tomori, potentially United might be calling, because, you know, they don't mess around. They're going for Kante, as from what I heard as well. So I think Kante would be a good buy. Even I don't mind buying Kante as well for Liverpool. I think that would be a fantastic buy for us. But let's see. But that's it, guys. It's coming to the end of the video. I appreciate you guys sticking around till now. Anyone new to the channel, please do subscribe. I do appreciate it. I do blab on and talk about like transfers and just other random stuff as well during this video chats. And again, I do post daily. And everyone else that's an oldie, a legendary GOAT, let's say, thank you so much for the love. And yeah, guys, please do like and subscribe and comment, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace. Bye-bye.